What's up, guys? This is Mad Squash 924 here. Welcome back to Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, Part 8. We're here in the lower city, and we're in front of a guard, a Sith trooper guard, and I guess he's guarding the Undercity.
Unless you've got the proper
Yes.
security papers, you better just turn around and go back the way you came.
Well, luckily for us, we actually have the security papers, but can we ask you some
I'm
questions?
not here to answer your questions. My orders are to guard the elevator. Now either show me the proper security papers or move along.
You know what, that's fair. That's fair, and I do have the papers right here.
Let me see. Yeah, these look to be in order. Okay, you can go down if you want. Can't say I envy you, though. The Undercity is crawling with mutants. Rat ghouls, they call them. If you see anything moving down there, shoot first and ask questions later.
We shall. If you guys noticed, there was a second option, and it was something revolving the lines of, we're basically going to kill you. If we tried that option, which we could have, those turrets are basically, the turrets that are all around him are basically invincible and will insta-kill you if you try to do so. Therefore, it's impossible to do, and you have to get the papers. So let's see what the Undercity's like. It's probably a lovely place. It's probably great.
You there!
Yeah, just great.
Upworlder! Anyone using this elevator has to pay the toll.
Yeah, this is our elevator. If you use it, you gotta give us something.
I don't believe this planet. Even the beggars are trying to shake us down.
5 credits.
Apparently.
That's what it costs to use our elevator. 5 credits.
Wow. So, I don't know much about the Undercity, and this is my first time here in Terrace. So, what is there a bunch of people doing here in the Undercity?
We are the Outcast, banished and reviled by those who dwell above.
Here in the filth and darkness, we claw out a wretched existence, scavenging and begging just to survive long enough to see another wretched day.
This is
I see.
our village. We live here in the Undercity. You have to pay us 5 credits for using our elevator.
Wow. That's so poor. You're so poor. Look, I'm not gonna give you any toll. Just get the hell out of my way. This is a public elevator.
Please have pity on us. We have nothing. All we ask is a few credits to make our lives easier.
What are you gonna do with 5 credits anyways? You can't buy anything with 5 credits. Just get the hell out. You don't get anything from me. Just
Have
get.
you no heart? Have you no compassion?
Come, my brother, let us go. We will get nothing from this selfish upworlder.
Go on, you two. Get out of here. I'm sorry about that. Those 2 beggars give everyone in the village a bad name. We aren't all like that, you know. Most of us are good
I
people.
hope.
I'm sure you are, miss. It's just too bad your little welcoming committee is here to give people a bad first impression.
What do you
My
want?
name is Shalina. You're from the Upworld, aren't you? I've never seen it. I was born here in the Undercity. Is it as nice as they say up there?
I mean, it's okay, I guess. I mean, it looks great. I mean, especially considering if we're looking at comparisons from this place to the Upper City, yeah, it's gorgeous.
I've never been to the surface, but sometimes I think I can see it in my dreams. The sun, the sky, the stars. It all sounds so wonderful. Gendar, the leader of our village, tells me I should spend more time trying to improve things down here and less time dreaming about something I can never have. Maybe he's right. You probably think I'm a fool, having dreams of a place I've never even seen. But when I was little, Rukil used to tell me stories of what it was like up there.
And who is he?
Rukil's the oldest man in the village. The kids call him Rukil Wrinkleskin, but he's a kind man. He used to tell me the greatest stories when I was a little girl. I still like to listen to his tales about the Promised Land, even though I know they're just legends, but it helps to make the Undercity seem less dark somehow.
The Promised Land? What is that? A fairy tale or something? You make it sound like a fairy tale.
It's just a story to make little children smile. Rukil believes in it, though, Sometimes I can almost believe it myself, but then I look around and see the ugly truth. I guess we have to make the best of what we have, though. If you really want to learn more about the Promised Land, you should speak to Rukiel.
And where can I find him? Where is Rukiel?
He's wandering around somewhere on the south side of the village. He doesn't move too far. He's hard on his bones. He's over 100 years old. The children laugh at him, and people think he's crazy because of his stories about the Promised Land, but he's really just a kind old man.
Can I ask you more questions?
You'll probably get more information from Gendar, the village leader, or maybe Rukiel, but I'll tell you whatever I can.
Cool. And where's Gendar?
He'll be somewhere in the village. I couldn't say where for sure. He's always busy doing whatever he can to make the lives of the other villagers easier.
Okay. Supposedly there were some escape pods that crashed here in the Undercity. Do you know anything about
I
that?
don't know anything about that, but maybe Gendar could help you. Sorry. Is there anything else you need?
Has there been any Upworlders that came through here? Specifically, Twi'lek and
There
Wookiee?
were quite a few people from the surface marching through the village, but none of them bothered to talk to me. Gendar might know more about them.
You're very helpful. Tell me about your village, if you know about your village.
Well, I was born here for starters. My parents were outcasts, banished to the Undercity for some crime or other. They never really liked to talk about it. Everyone here is an outcast, or the descendants of one. It's tough down here, but we survive. I guess it's easier for me since I've never known anything different. Some of the people have given up all hope. They've become bitter and depressed, but most of us are good people, despite what our ancestors may have done. Gendar could probably tell you more, or maybe Rukiel. You could talk to them if you want.
Yeah, I imagine there would be kind of more of an influx of descendants here than actual people that have been sent down here. Because from what I can understand, the way one becomes an outcast is that they do a crime or other in the upper city, maybe the lower city, and they get sent down here as like a punishment forever. And if that's true, then there's more likely to be descendants of these outcasts. So they also then in turn become outcasts. So yeah, I can see why there'd be more good people than bad people here. But yeah, I guess I'll be going now. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Well, if you ever need anything, or if you just feel like talking, come back and see me. I hardly ever get a chance to speak to someone from the Upworld.
That's fine. Alright, let's explore the Undercity village specifically, since we're in a village. What's this? Outcast healer. Ooh, that's
Wait,
nice.
Upworlder. You can't go through this gate. There is too much danger and suffering beyond. For your own sake, turn back.
Excuse me, who are you?
I am Isala, healer of this village. I use my knowledge and what little resources we have to care for the outcasts who are sick or injured. But despite my medical training, there is nothing I can do to help the poor souls locked on the other side of this gate.
Why? What the hell are you talking about?
The villagers infected with the Rutgor disease are quarantined beyond this gate. It's only a matter of time until they transform into horrible creatures that would destroy us all.
So you just lock them away in a cage?
For the sake of the village, we have to keep the infected ones locked away. And when they finally do transform into Rutgors, we'll let them destroy each other.
So they are primal? They don't work in packs? Huh. I mean, is there anything you can
Nothing
do?
can be done for the infected villagers. Even the serum to counteract the Rutgor disease wouldn't be any use now. Nobody would be foolish enough to risk going into the pens to give them the cure. The infected ones could transform into Rutgors and attack them at any moment.
Well, I don't have a cure right now, so I guess I probably shouldn't go in there. Can I ask you some questions,
If you have
though?
questions, you should speak to Gendar. He's the leader of this village. All my attention has to stay focused on trying to ease the suffering of those within the village. But despite my medical
Right.
training, there is nothing I can do to help the poor souls locked on the other side of this gate.
Cool. Can I have healing? Thank you. Very generous. So, I guess I could go in here, but if I don't have the Rackle Serum, probably doesn't make too much sense to actually go in there yet. I'm just saying. Rukiel. Gendar. Well, they're frickin' easy to find, aren't they?
You come from the world above. Is this the time of destiny, then? Is this a portent of the salvation of my people? Or merely another false sign to mislead us from the path? Are you the herald of prophecy? The beacon to guide us through the darkness? Or are you merely another harbinger of shattered dreams and unfulfilled promises?
Be careful. This one might be crazy enough to be dangerous.
Speak to me, Upworlder. Tell me what fate you unleash upon us. Salvation or damnation? Speak, Upworlder. I beg you.
Okay. Well, can I ask you some questions?
Question. You are uncertain, bewildered, perplexed. Understandable, I suppose. Even after 100 years of life, I myself still become confused at times. Perhaps I can make things more clear. Some things, at least. My name is Rukil, the oldest outcast here in the village. Rukil Wrinkleskin, the children call me sometimes.
That's cute. I'm Squash. What would you like from me, Rukil?
Once I was honored for my wisdom. But over time, the villagers fell away from the true path. Eventually, there was only a single apprentice who followed me. And now she is gone too.
I don't know what you're talking about. What are you referring to?
No, not yet. I must be wary. Careful. You may be a false savior. Dare I share my secrets with you? No. Not until you prove yourself.
And how would one do that?
My apprentice is lost. I sent her out into the Undercity to find... Well, I cannot tell you. Not yet. Sadly, my apprentice has not returned. Please, Upworlder, will you help an old man? Will you seek out my apprentice in the Undercity? Her name is Malia. I must know of her fate, whatever it may be. I must know what she found.
It's a nice name, Malia. I like it. Sure. If I happen to come across Malia, I will help you, Rukil.
Finding her may be difficult. Malia could be anywhere in the Undercity. But if you will find her, I will know you to be our true savior. Only then can I reveal my secret knowledge to you.
Okay, that's fine. I'll be back if I happen to find
I wish
her.
you luck, Upworlder. Come speak to me again once you have discovered the fate of my apprentice.
Sure. Sounds simple enough. And you are Gendar, leader of the village, so I've been told.
Greetings, Upworlder. We rarely see your kind here in the Undercity. I find it strange that so many of you have come down from the surface recently.
No offense, but I can see why people normally avoid this place.
Why have you come into this dark and sunless place? Is there something you need of me or my village? I will help you however I can.
Well, I guess we could start with who are you people and why do you live here in the Undercity? But we can kind of understand why already.
We are the Outcasts, shunned from the surface for our crimes and banished here to the Undercity. We banded together to form this village that we might survive in this hostile environment. I am Gendar, leader of this village, as my father was and as was his father before him. Many of us have been here for generations, our ancestors cast down long ago. There is no return to the surface for us or our descendants, but somehow we managed to survive amidst the filth and roaming bands of deadly rat ghouls.
Sounds peachy.
Life down here can be difficult. It can break the spirit. Many in the village have become bitter and hopeless, especially those newly cast down. But life goes on, and we must try to make the best of what we have. And maybe someday we will find a better life. Listen to me. I'm starting to sound like Rukil.
The old man behind me? What about him?
The oldest man in the village. He's a kind soul, but I'm afraid he's growing weary of this world. He dreams of escaping, of finding a better world. If you wish to speak to him, you can probably find him wandering about the village. As I said, a kind man, though he does cling to his illusions.
And apparently so do you, because he's directly behind me. And I don't think he's moving anywhere. Tell me about the rat ghouls that live here.
The rat ghouls are monsters, hideous mutations who feast on the flesh of our villagers. Their diseased jaws can infect those they attack, transforming the victim into one of those abominations. We know of no cure for the disease, and for the good of the village, we must banish any who become infected, lest they transform and turn on us.
Can I ask you more
Ask
questions?
your questions, Upworlder. I will answer to the best of my knowledge, though I know little beyond the borders of the Undercity.
That's fine. Have you seen someone named Mission Veo? She's a Twi'lek. She had a Wookiee with
Yes, I
her.
have seen this Twi'lek many times, though I've never spoken to her. She and her Wookiee companion often pass through our village on their way to explore the sewers.
How does one get to the sewers?
There are two entrances into the sewers from the Undercity. One to the northeast of our village, the other to the southeast. But the sewers are dangerous, Upworlder. If you dare to travel those dark tunnels, you would be wise to go heavily armed, unless you wish to become a meal for the Rakghouls and the other foul creatures.
Fair.
Ask your question.
Oh, there's other Upworlders who came by here recently? I missed
Our village
that.
has seen many visitors from the surface recently. Armored troops, swoop gang members, mercenaries. They come to search our sunless world. They're even searching the sewers.
Cool. Well, I'm guessing I'll be going now. Thank you for the
As you
info.
wish, Upworlder. Should you have need of anything else, come speak to me. I represent the entire village, and I will do my best to help you however I can.
Thank you. He's just an information dealer, so it seems, even though he's a leader. Excuse me. I guess that's the way forward. What's over here?
Hey,
Oh.
you ain't from the village. You're from the Upworld,
Hi.
ain't you?
Yeah.
You've got credits, I bet.
Watch yourself.
Yeah.
There's something slimy about this guy. I wouldn't trust him
Really?
as far as I could throw him.
My name's Saigir. I run a little salvage shop here. You want to buy something from my store? I got some good deals.
His name is a little on the nose. His name is Igir, and he sells gear. So how do you actually manage to run a store here in the Undercity when I imagine you get no stock?
If a villager comes across any useful salvage in the Undercity, they bring it to me. Every so often, members from the lower city gangs come down to trade for the salvage. They'll exchange food and medicine for engine parts, old blasters, and the like. Sometimes they even give me credits if I have some really good stuff.
Can I ask you some more questions?
You better ask Gendar. He's the spokesman for the village. I just run the store. I don't want to make him mad by answering any questions. Gendar already doesn't like me.
And why is that?
Gendar seems to think I should share the profits of my store with the whole village. He figures we're all in this together, so it should be share and share alike. But I'm the one who runs the store. I'm the one who makes the deals. The others just bring me salvage to trade with the Upworlders. Why should they get anything?
Oh, so they actually do bring you salvage to actually trade with them. Well, I half agree with you, actually. I think they should get a very small finder's fee for finding you the salvage. Like, very small. I don't think it's because you don't know if it'll be able to sell or not. I'm just saying. But, you should be able to keep your profits that you make from it. I mean, there must be more to it than he just wants you to share.
He caught me hoarding supplies a while back. I figured I'd wait until food was scarce and then I could offer it to people who'd follow me instead of Gendar. Then I'd be the leader. But Gendar made me share my hoard. Ever since then, he hasn't trusted me. He keeps me around because of my store, though. Without it, this village wouldn't stand a chance.
Right. Alright, so what do you actually have?
It ain't the best stuff. Mostly salvage and such, but the prices are right.
I hope so. 6 antidotes, some other stuff. That's not terrible. It looks alright, too. But, it definitely costs way too much. Arcanian Heavy Blaster actually would be kind of decent for Karth. It's not upgradable, though, so it's kind of unfortunate. We want a Scope. Scope is going in our inventory, so is the Vibration Cell. Those are upgradables for our stuff. And actually, I kind of want to pick up these Pizzazz cards, too. I mean, the critical hits is nice. Actually, it's kind of really nice. I don't want to get critted. Should I sell him some stuff? Maybe. I've been hoarding a lot of things. But, there's nothing in here that's crazy. This is the only reason I'm not buying anything here. Crits on a 20. Has a attack modifier of +1. It's technically better than the Heavy Blaster. 2 to 9 compared to 1 to 10. Because the average is better. But that's very expensive. Which is fine. And this loops back. Okay. Let's go this way.
Hurry, Hindar! Hurry! I can hear it coming!
He'll never make it. He's doomed. I told him he was a fool to leave the village.
He will make it. Run, Hindar, run!
Open the gate! Quickly! There isn't much time!
I can't. The Rakghouls are too close.
The mutants will kill him if you don't open the gate!
And if I open the gate, they'll kill us all.
No! You can't do this! It isn't fair! Please, make him open the gate. Hindar will die if he doesn't.
I can't open the gate. Not while the Rakghouls are so near.
I think it's pretty scary looking, not gonna lie. I mean, we're gonna have to... I'm not gonna say keep the gate closed, because we're gonna be having to leave out there anyways. You're right, it's too dangerous to get close. No, I'll go in and I'll take care of it.
Risk your life for a stranger? You're brave, Upworlder. I'll open the gate for you, but you gotta be quick. In a few seconds, I must close and lock it again.
Hopefully we don't die. Alright, so let's see. We're gonna do this. And then actually I'm gonna use Karth and he's gonna start shooting the hell out of it. Hopefully we can take him out. Ooh, powerful. Oh, Karth is poisoned. He now has the Rakghoul disease, but he's not gonna transform. Don't worry about it. He is powerful. Alright, let's go.
I
okay, buddy?
Thank you enough for saving me, Upworlder. If I had anything but these rags on my back, it would be yours. But we have nothing.
I still have you, Hindar. That's all I need. Let's go back to the village.
Aren't you in the village? Whatever.
Thank you for saving Hendar. You are braver than I, Upworlder. Maybe we outcasts have lived too long in selfish fear. Perhaps we can learn a lesson from your brave actions. But enough of my ramblings. Is there something you need, Upworlder?
Who are you?
Trellin, from the Outcast village. It's my job to guard the gates and see they are locked to protect us from the Rakghouls.
Can I ask you more questions?
I just guard the gates. Gendar is the leader of the village, Upworlder. You should speak to him if you have any questions. Goodbye, Upworlder.
Well, I mean, I just figured because he guarded the gates, he'd see actually the most out of the village than everybody, you know? Let's start looking around, I guess. This place is pretty big. It's definitely a sewer system.
Please, you have to help me. Nobody else is gonna help me, even the back.
Oh, it's Mission.
But I can't just leave him there. He's my friend. You'll help me, won't you?
What are you talking about, Mission? What's wrong with you?
It's Zalbar. He's in trouble. Big trouble. We have to help him.
Oh.
If we don't, they'll sell him into slavery.
Okay. What happened to Zalbar? What happened?
Me and Zalbar, we were just wandering around here in the Undercity. You know, looking for stuff we could find, just kind of exploring. We do it all the time.
I guess with a Wookiee at your side, you've got to figure you can handle the odd Rakghoul attack.
Only this time, they were waiting for us. Gamorrean slave hunters. We didn't even have a chance to run. Big Z threw himself at him and then roared for me to run. I took off. I figured Zalbar would be right behind me. But there were too many of them. He couldn't get away. They're going to sell him to a slaver, I just know it.
Okay. Do you know where they took
I don't
him?
know for sure, but those Gamorreans like to hang out in the sewers. The stink reminds them of home, I guess. That's probably where they took Big Z.
Sure. Yeah, we'll help her. I'm not gonna tell her to go to Gaddon. That's pretty rude. If I help you get Zalbar back, can you bring me to the Volker base and help me get inside?
It's a deal. As soon as we get Big Z back,
I'll show you a way into that Volker base. Now come on! We have to find Zalba before they sell him to slavers, or worse.
Do you know where he's being kept?
Cool.
The Gamorreans make their camps in the sewers. I bet that's where we'll find Zalbar. And that's where I'll show you the secret entrance into the Volker compound.
Oh, hit 2 birds with 1 stone. It just happens to be on the way. And we now have our 3rd companion, Mission Bayo. She's a scoundrel who is basically a skill monkey. She has lots of skills that she can utilize. She has a lot of dex. It's very nice. Not a ton of comp, but a lot of dex. I probably should pump more of her dex. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, maybe instead of going dex route, we go an intelligence route. We'll pump that up to 16 so she gets more skills. Security is good for her. I want her to be my demo girl. She can stealth, I guess. Computer use, we're already doing that. And I guess she can do this. Yeah, that's probably fair for now. Oh, she leveled only once. Okay. We do have some stuff we can give her already. We have a combat suit she can wear. She uses a blaster pistol. Let me see what her feats are, because I actually don't know. What do you specialize in? Sneak attack. So what it is she basically gets a hit in before anyone else does. Which is okay, I guess, but... She has a +7 to hit with the blaster pistol, which is fine. We might be able to give her... Oh, she has a blade, actually. It's 2 to 11. Gives her only +4 to hit, but this gives her +7. I guess we stick her with the blaster pistol. Only does 1 to 6. This does 4 to 13 if I wield that. The only downside I can see actually giving her the weapon is their chance to hit lowers. That's the only thing I'm kind of concerned about. But 1 to 6 is pretty bad. And do I want her going in? Not really. No, I don't. We'll give her a shield. She has a stealth generator, so she can stealth. And what's her AC? Her defense is 20. She got her highest defense out of all of us, which is kind of funny, thinking about it. But she has the least amount of health. We'll get to build toughness for her. Let's talk to her. When our combat stance is completed.
Hey there, what can I do for you?
Do you know anything about the planet we're on?
It's a pretty good place to grow up, all things considered. Just stick to the area you belong in and stay out of Davik's business, and you'll be fine.
Cool. And yeah, we kind of know that info from her.
I'm here to help, right? Hey there. What?
Tell me a little bit more about you, Mission, since we are on the topic of we just acquired you.
You want to know about me? Nobody's ever really been interested in me before. What do you want to know?
How did you and Zalbar, hook up?
Big Z's my family, you know? My parents, well, I guess they're dead. It was just me on my own until the day I saw Zalbar in the lower city. I could tell right away he was in trouble. This was before the gang wars were out of hand. But even then, the Volkers were scum. A few of them were hassling Big Z, trying to pick a fight, but he wasn't looking for trouble.
Okay. Go on.
Anyway, I don't like the Volkers at the best of times. And when I saw them picking on this poor Wookiee, all alone on a strange planet, overwhelmed by the big city, I just lost it. I screamed out, "Leave him alone, you core slimes!" and charged right at them. Well, one of them saw me coming and slapped me so hard he just about knocked me cold.
Wow. Okay. I mean, you are kind of lucky they didn't shoot you with the blaster.
I don't need a lecture from you. You ain't my mother. I knew what I was doing. Those Volkers didn't scare me. They're nothing but cowards. I knew how to deal with them. Of course, I never got the chance. I guess Zalbar didn't like seeing me get smacked around. He let out this howl and yanked that Volker a meter up off the ground and held him there by his throat.
Cute. Did he kill him?
Are you kidding? Big Z ain't like that. He's just a big old softy inside. Of course, the Volkers didn't know that. The other two screamed and ran off. Can't say I blame them. The first time you see an angry Wookiee up close, it isn't a pretty sight. I thought Zalbar was gonna rip that punk's arms off and beat him to death with his own fists. The Volker was so scared, he fainted. Or maybe it was Big Z's breath just knocked him out. I keep telling Zalbar to brush those choppers of his, but he never listens. Just stay upwind when he's speaking and you'll be fine. Anyway, I knew those Volkers would be back with friends, so I grabbed Zalbar and we took off. Ever since then, we've been a team. We look out for each other, you know?
How did he end up on Terra,
He
Zalbar?
was fleeing some kind of trouble back on Kashyyyk. That's all I know, really. Big Z doesn't like to talk about it. In case you didn't notice, he's the strong, silent type. Doesn't much matter to me, though. I accept him for what he is, not what he was. Me and Zalbar like to live in the present.
Okay. How'd you survive beforehand, before you met
What's
Zalbar?
that supposed to mean? You think I can't take
Just
care
saying.
of myself? I've got street
Just saying.
smarts. I know how to get by on my own. In fact, I look out for Zalbar more than he looks out for me, you know? Big Z's a little bit too gullible to make it alone on the mean streets of the lower city.
Okay. Well, we should probably get back to the task at hand
Yeah,
then.
I suppose you're right. Like I used to tell my brother, fast talk and slick words don't get the job done.
And who was your brother?
My brother's a touchy subject, you know? It just so happens, I don't really feel like talking about him right now. Nothing personal. Let's just get back to the business at hand, okay?
Sure. Well, this is probably going to end today's episode of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. It's actually a pretty good spot. On the next episode, we will continue talking to Mission, I guess, about her brother. And then I guess we'll start exploring the Undercity and all its hidden secrets. If you guys like today's episode, make sure you leave a like, leave a comment. Tell me, guys, what you guys are excited for. Tell me what to look out for here in the Undercity in case I missed something. And don't forget to subscribe to me, MadSquash924, if you are interested in this Let's Play. And don't forget to ring the bell so you can get notified for when a new episode of this game comes out. And I'll see you all in the next episode of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye.